Hey, rat. Jack grabbed my arm hard and dragged me down a narrow side hallway, shoving me flat against the wall. Sue. Any good news? Didn't he hear much? I trembled. They have something to do with Vice Principal Hansen. They mentioned a joint that's probably their hiding place. I didn't find out where it is. You'd better spend every second 2 steps behind him. If you don't, I'll disfigure you in ways even your own mother can't recognize you ever again. Am I making myself clear? I nodded frantically. After lunch, I trailed Tilly and Arch through school corridors. Finally, here he comes, Arch said. Jaden rounded the corner, and I ducked behind a tall plastic plant to hide. What took you so long? I'm starving, Tilly groaned. You really want to know what took me so long in a freaking toilet? Jaden muttered. You'll know. All of a sudden, the restlessness I had felt throughout the day intensified to the point I could hardly even breathe. And at that same moment, Jaden looked at me, and I calmed down. The calmness washed over me like a gentle waterfall, and even though it was absurd, I was suddenly happy. I had never experienced anything like that. Then, he stopped to stare at me with wide eyes. He seemed shocked. Oh, hell no, he burst out loud, sharp panic thick in his voice. Now what? Tilly huffed in annoyance. No, Jaden snapped, shooting a furious, frightened glare straight at me, before spinning on his heel and storming away with his friends. I chased them after class, desperate for more clues to hand Jack. Arch rounded back suddenly to grab his forgotten jacket and crashed straight into me. Arch narrowed his eyes, gripped tight on my upper arms. Watch where you're going. I fled all the way back to the orphanage, shaking uncontrollably. The next school day, Jack cornered me in the parking lot once the final bell rang. So, I take it you failed. Worthless piece of thrash. He tackled me into thick snow, fist slamming hard into my ribs. You spoke to Jaden. A deep, rumbling growl cut through his shouts out of nowhere. Vice Principal Hansen appeared in an instant, towering over Jack's gang. Try me. Jack and his crew scrambled into their cars and sped off. I couldn't stop thinking about Jaden. More than once, I caught myself wondering where he was, who he was with, and what he was doing. For some reason, seeing him seemed to be worth the beating. But then someone drew a small picture of a stick figure on my locker. A mouse with a noose around its neck. I kept walking. Out through the doors, through the snowy yard, across the street, and into the small forest behind the school. When I finally stopped, I was all alone, gasping for air between my sobs, crying so loudly that it made me hate myself. I sat down in the snow, hugging my jacket against my chest. I let it all out. All the misery and pain and fear. I had no idea how long I stayed there. I was cold, but I didn't care. After a long while, I started to run out of tears. I took a few deep breaths, wiped my tears, and put the jacket on, but I wasn't ready to get up just yet. I looked up, and suddenly, I forgot all about everything. There was a black dog close by. A large dog. It was just standing there, watching me with his ears pinned down. Not a dog. A wolf. I stared back at him for a good moment. Then I let out a short, humorless laughter. I'm going crazy. I muttered with a sniff. No, I am definitely crazy. It was you, I then whispered. Last night. You were outside of my home. The wolf huffed softly and padded slow steps toward me. It's all right, don't be afraid, I said, leaning a bit closer. I know you're wary of me, but it's all right. I won't hurt you. Why are you following me? I asked. I'm pretty sure I felt you around last night, and I saw paw prints in the snow. I think I'm hallucinating, I said, shaking my head. Of course you're not real. I'm just imagining things. Why would a wolf be following me? I dropped to my knees and wrapped both arms around his thick dark fur, burying my tear-soaked face against his coat. Thank you for coming when I'm this broken and scared. The wolf let out a quiet, mournful whine and settled down right in front of me, staying to sit beside me in the freezing snow while I cried out all my agony.